So what is PRT and how can it help you solve network problems? So you'll all be familiar with DNS, where you take a domain name and you resolve it to an IP address, because of course the site you're trying to go to doesn't actually live at that address, it just lives at an IP address, and domain names make it easier for people to find. So simples, thisexample.com goes to this IP address, 96.7.128.192, But what if you've got an IP address, so say you've got, I don't know, that same IP address, and you want to find out who actually owns this IP address? Who owns 96.7.128.198? Well, that's where PRT comes in, or pointer record as it's known. You may also see it referred to as RDNS, Reverse Domain Name System. Essentially, it allows you to do the inverse. They have a standard format, and we'll get to that. But say I copy this IP address, and like I did earlier, if I do an NSLookup followed by the IP address, it will tell me Archimedes Technology owns that IP address. But we know the website example.com also happens to live there, but of course, with Archimedes, they're not the only people on that IP, which is pretty simple. So we've now looked up an IP address. Say I look up something that I own. If I go 213.48.240.75, you will see that it resolves to my IP address. So let's copy that and explain it. So what is the standard format of a reverse lookup? So as you'll see here, there is a standard format. And normally that is to take the IP address and flip it, e.g. have the end component at the start, and then go along that way, and then it's .in-addr.arpa. And then the common way to do this for actual physical domains is to convert the dots to dashes. So we go 75.240.48.213 dot, and then I've got ip.thomasdye.net. Of course, it might just be thomasdye.net. As you can see with Archimedes, they're using static and deployment, and then they've done the same thing. They've even just put it all as dashes. And that is a perfectly acceptable way of doing it. And essentially that is what ARP is. If you're doing something where you're getting IP addresses and you want to know who owns it, where it's from, or what it's doing, you can look it up with a reverse lookup. This is very commonly used in mail systems to quickly look up who owns an IP address and validate it against spam and other things like that. And I'll see you in the next one.